Hi, this is Sabrina with Access Accès Pilates, and we're going to do a class in English. Today is going to be a lot of stuff and a little Pilates, and it'll be for a more stretchy class, okay? So let's head over, and we're going to start with our gentle pelvic tilts right now. Exhale and roll the marble. Start to press into the heels to activate the hamstrings. Relax the feet and return pelvis to neutral. Inhale side to side. Exhale, roll the marble, hollow out. Press the heels and try to press equally into both feet. Relax the pressure in the feet. Roll the marble back. Again, roll. Press into the feet. Start to connect the ribs to the pelvis as we lift into a bridge. And hold. Connect the ribs and the pelvis. And lower down. Find neutral pelvis. Tighten your 3 and 9 o'clock. Bring the head up. Cervical nod, cervical curl. Hold here and stay another 2 seconds. And lower the head, rest your neck. Roll the marble to 12 and imprint as you go up for your pelvic lift. We hold and we connect ribs and hips. Hold a little longer and stretch as you come away. The pelvis lengthens away from the skull and find neutral pelvis. Connect your 3 and 9 o'clock, imprint and head up. Cervical nod, cervical curl. We hold and hold. Head down. Last pelvic tilt. Roll the marble to begin and lift. Hold here and hold and hold. And then lengthen the pelvis away and come down. Find neutral and hold here as we tighten and bring the head up. Hold and hold. Fold in the legs to chair position, and we're going to do our 100s here in the chair. And exhale. And 2. And 3. And increase the load on your abdominals if you want. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Last one. And lower the head, rest the neck, and bring yourself back to your constructive rest pose. We're going to hold here. And let's just go into a little bit of isometric work. So we did this the other day, sitting. We're pressing the heels of the hands together, and we're sliding the scapula, and we're just going to hold here, creating pressure. And we want to start to heat up our muscles while we're imprinting and connecting the abs. And then we relax, hold the rib cage together, and open the arms out to the sides, palms face up, energy through the fingertips. And we're going to do a circular movement down to the hips, regroup, come back, and back to pressure in the heels of the hands. Press as you slide the scapula down toward the hips. Relax, rotate the arms and hold your rib as we open the arms and we hold. And circle down, and we'll lift the head up this time. Again, preparing. And arms come back. And we hold and press into the hands. And press and press. You should be widening between your scapula and also sliding them downward. Relax. That was the last one. Now we open and we stretch. And circle down, head up, and legs come in. We're going to hold here. Find neutral pelvis. And we're just going to do our little leg stirs. And we're doing 3 in one direction. If your neck hurts you, then bring your head down. I plan to get much stronger, so by the end of the confinement, I'm back to where I used to be before my health problems. And I came back down, and I'm going to bring myself to the edge of the table. So if you're on the floor, obviously we won't be able to do this, but then do this on your bed, okay? So let's do some isometric work. I'm going to press inward with, right now, my left arm, and press gently outwardly with my right hand. So I'm going to hold here. Of course, I'm always doing all the other fundamentals that you know. So I'm keeping my little tiny curve, lumbar curve. I'm holding my imprint. I'm keeping my ribs connected so they're not flaring open. I'm not squishing my cervical spine, so my neck should still be in somewhat of a neutral, although I am altering it to talk to you on this camera. So I've pressed, and I'm relaxing. I certainly don't want to do this with the shoulder. I do want to keep my shoulder inserted, or my arm inserted in my shoulder. All right, so I'm pressing, I'm softening. Try not to flex your wrist too much, but just as much as you can, keep a neutral shaped wrist. Obviously, you're going to be a little bit in this position, but don't overdo it, okay? All right, so I've done that. Now, I'm going to press down. I'm going to keep my arm long, but not locked, okay? And I'm going to press downward with my forearm while I put a little bit of counter pressure. Here, I'm bending my right arm to permit me to keep a nicer shape in the right shoulder. I relaxed. I repeat. I relax. One more time. And relax. And last one, outward pressure. And inward pull with the right hand. I'm being careful of my alignment. I'm not letting my left arm turn out. If you're prone to being overdoing things, take it down a notch, okay? Relax. And one more time. And now we're going to do some circles in our negative space. So I'm going to connect my ribs. We already started to warm this up before. Now I'm going to allow the arm to go, but I'm going to try not to pop open as much as I can. Now you can't see my hand, but I've got my fingertips stretched open. And I'm going to let my arm come downward. And back up. So we're going to do that again, just opening out. As I open out, I'm going to permit the arm to go slightly higher than my shoulder level. And I let it sink down below the level of the table. I'm circling around. And back up. And one more time, I open. And then I'm allowing it to slightly higher than shoulder level. Then I'm sinking down. Exhale through the parts of the stretch that are slightly intense. If you feel nothing, then either you've got a good position of your arm and shoulder, or you're doing it wrong. So check out your normal position or alignment, or go eventually, once this confinement's over, and see a good Pilates teacher. We're going to do the other side. Do it this way, so I'm not rudely turning my back to you. Let's restart our whole process. I'm coming to the edge. Okay, long arm. So I don't remember which direction I did first. So no, that wasn't the first one, was it? Well, this might be the first one. So pressing, the right forearm is pressing against the left hand. Then relax. And again. And relax. Third one of this part. Breathe. And downward pressure. Relax. Here, if you're right-handed, you might notice a difference. And relax. Last one of this version. I press. Yeah, way easier for this arm. Okay, outward pressure with my right arm, pushing outward, pulling opposite that with my left hand. I'm going to keep my arm long and inserted in the joint. So here you can see that my right shoulder is definitely not the same. My alignment is not the same as the other side. We each have our own problems, and I too have problems. And I don't think that sleeping on my shoulders, always on my side, helps matters. And you can analyze what positions you are in for hours at a time, and you can bet your bottom dollar that it distorts your posture. And relax. All right, I've contracted. I'm going to hold my neutral as I open the arm out to the side. Woo! Then feel the different spots where you're getting a stretch. And compare to your other side. And I come back up. I connect the ribs, I imprint, and I open the arm toward the side. And here, I'm going to be way more limited. I'm going to do it slightly above shoulder level. And then I'm going to let the arm go into the negative space, and I'm not going to be holding as much with my core and trying to maintain that. And I'm going to try to let go of the muscle tension through my arm. And back up. And one more time. I'm opening. And I'm letting it settle and fall. It's both wonderful and intense. And back up. Okay, I gotta work a little bit, get some blood flowing. So let's take a leg out to the forward diagonal, and we're gonna hold, and then we're gonna send it down and open to the side. Take it up, open to the side. So I'm stabilizing here, and I'm opening laterally, so I'm abducting the leg. And back and fold, take it down. Other leg, I'm gonna send it out, lower down, hold, and now open laterally and back. We're not going too far and back again, open, and back again, open, relax. And pelvic lift, we already warmed up the muscles. You should be ready for this. If you're not, don't lift. Same thing we just did. Hold and take it down. And then open laterally while keeping still here. And back. Open. Again. Was that 5? Let's say this is 5. Fold it. And prepare. Other leg goes out. Take it down. And open laterally. Here I'm going to really connect because otherwise my back is going to overwork. So I'm pushing through the heel of my right leg. Open. And I'm imprinting strongly. I take it down. I'm going to take the legs in for a little stretch. And circle, circle. One more time. Roll the marble. Lift your pelvis. Connect the ribs. Connect and make a nice sandwich between the top and bottom. Let's take it out. Push through the left leg. Leg comes down. We open and back. Open. Here my ribs are trying to open up. I see what's going on. And I'm just, I don't feel it until I see it in this case. Woo! One more. And back. Okay. Right hammies are stronger. Right glutes are stronger. This is easier on this side. And open. And open. And open. Again. I'm trembling. And take it down. Legs come in. And a little circle. A little circle. It comes up. I'm going to hold my legs here. I'm going to imprint. I'm going to open out. And back. Rotate, open out. And back. One more time. Rotate. Open out. Fold and come down. Sideways, please. On your hip. 3 and 9 o'clock is pulled together here. We're imprinting. Trying to keep our alignment. So here, I'm making a pillow. Keeping my ribs connected. And I'm going to keep a separation between my feet. I'm going to externally rotate and come back to parallel. Externally rotate and parallel. Again. Parallel. Open. So we want to keep on holding here. And it's difficult for me to talk and do this. I want to do 8. And then we're going to stretch inward. So I'm going to internally rotate and bring the knee down to touch the other knee. If you're prone to getting spasms or cramps in your feet, this will probably do it, okay? So prepare and flex your foot if necessary. Internally rotate. Align yourself. Make sure that that internal rotation didn't pull you into an anterior pelvic tilt. And let's take the knee down and back. One more time. Internally rotate. Take it down. Rotate and back. We're going to stretch it out. And just go into the back space. And I'm going to let myself go. And then I'm going to pull it all back together. And find my alignment. So I'm going to send the leg back. And then I'm going to let myself go. Okay? Not working all our checkpoints, but instead letting the leg go far back. And then exhaling, pulling everything back together. And of course the leg is going to come with us. And one more time. I'm sending the leg back. And then I'm going to let myself go. The pelvis is going to tip slightly. I'm going to not completely spill out my abdominal contents, but I have to release. I'm going to inhale into my low abdomen. And I'm going to feel the stretch. Then I'm going to connect and bring it back. And relax. All right, let's do the other side. Everything going okay? If you have any problems, if this is too much, tone it down. Do fewer repetitions, but do them correctly. Or skip the exercise if it really is not suiting you. So we are in alignment. I've got a little space here under my hip. Shall I show you from behind? Can you see my fingertips? Okay, so I don't want to settle down. I'm connecting. And externally rotate. Not the same for me on this side. Not a surprise. Externally rotate. As I mentioned, all of life's vagaries will affect you and you can't always escape. And this is why a practice like Pilates on a regular basis is a good thing. I'm putting a little traction on my hip right now to help keep my pelvis where I want it to be. You do not have to do that. This is for me because I'm working out with you. So your hand will be here. Externally rotate. What are we up to? I don't know. I want to say that's 6. I want to say that's 7. And 8. I'm going to do an extra one for good luck. Open. Okay. And my shoulder was out of alignment. Bad me. Okay, so internal rotation. Take it down. Back to parallel. Check in on my points. I can see that my ribs are trying to open up. Internal rotation. Here I'm going to connect even more because I saw what happened the last time. And back. Again, internally rotate. Squish the knee down gently and hold. And come back. All right, lengthen out the leg. We're going to relax 2 seconds. Let me just get into the frame. Okay, so here we go again. We're going to take it into the back space, our leg, nice and straight. And then at a certain point, I'm going to let my pelvis go with the leg. I'm going to connect and bring it back into my alignment. And I'm going to take it back. And relax my lower abdomen and let the pelvis slightly tip forward so that the leg can go further back. And return, regroup, pull up on my pelvic floor, connect my pelvis to my rib cage. Let's go one more time, third one. Back. And let the pelvis follow. And return. It's starting to warm up. Okay, we're going to relax and a little bit of extension on the tummy. My dog is shedding like crazy right now, so it's just adding to my fun here during quarantine because I'm sweeping about twice a day. All right, so we have already worked on our nice connected position. I'm going to hold here, press down into the forearms, and then I'm going to relax and stretch it out. Okay, we're going to separate the legs, and we're going to come up, upper body, lower body, and we're going to hold, and we're going to hold, and we're going to hold some more. Repeat, press the pubis down into the table, imprint your abs, come up, upper body, lower body, scapular stabilization. We're going to hold and hold. So I am trying to float my arms up a little higher. And back down. There, I'm taking it a little further. It's more of my Kung Fu training. Don't do it if it's too much already for you, but there's always a little extra hiding out, so I'm going for it today. Press the pubis, imprint your abs, come up. We're gonna hold. See if the arms can come up a little higher. And back down, and take a moment. Go to child's pose. This is not flattering, but I have had 2 children, so there's a little bit of tummy there. And that's normal. Roll up. Alright, so hands and knees. Imprint, and we hold. So we're going to work our single arm here, and I'm going to take it to the hip, maintain my imprint, and come back and return to the mat. So I have 3 points of contact. I'm imprinting, I'm lengthening my spine. Other arm, I hold. Take it to the hip, and return, and down. Set everything up again, maintain your alignment, and try to keep the width between the scapula. And I take it to the hip. This is like our pulling straps, but a little bit more difficult. Okay. And pull. Hopefully I'm in a good form. One last set. And to the hip. Open and back. Other side and to the hip. And back. And we're going to just do a little twist. Other arm. We're going to come up and we're going to do a thigh stretch. Okay, my head is out of the picture, but you don't need to see my head. What you need to look at is my pelvis. I see that I'm short here, so I'm trying to already not be lifted. I have to work extra hard. I'm going to take my arms out in front of me. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, and I'm going to imprint and tighten as much as I can. And I'm going to hinge back in a straight line. I've started to pull up on my hips because otherwise I'm going to tilt, go into that position. That's very bad. That's not going to increase our stretch at all on our thighs. So I'm holding here, and I'm coming up. I'm going to take a break. If you have bad knees, don't do this. But it's a good position to get into. So I'm going to hold for a moment. I'm going to do a cervical nod, cervical curl. And I'm going to stretch out to all fours. And then I'm going to roll up, imprint, come to kneeling. Send out my arms, set up my center, and go into my thigh stretch. I hold. I hold. I hold a little longer. Woo. And then spine will come vertical. I'm going to take my pelvis down. I'm going to control as I lower. And I'm going to hang out here for a second. Then cervical nod, cervical curl. I'm going to roll one vertebra at a time. I'm going to stretch out. Back to all fours. And we're going to hold a second. We're going to do one more little rotation. I don't want to overdo this, but inhale here. And back. Other side. Hand through. And back. We're going to roll up to our knees, imprint. Thighs stretch, arms out in front. And I am connecting. Here is where martial arts training will really overdevelop your quads, and you must do your thigh stretch regularly. All right, last time, take your pelvis down. I'm not complaining though, because I'm lucky. I have my Pilates. And round. into a reverse saw. Okay, so arms are in at the shoulder joints. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to turn my head and we're going to stay a neutral spine, but I'm just going to hinge into the back space. And back up. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to rotate. I'm going to tighten my 3 and 9 o'clock. I'm going to stay neutral as I hinge into the back space. And up. Now I'm going to do regular saw. So I'm going to twist to my left foot. And I'm going to tighten 3 and 9 o'clock. Regular saw into this back saw, okay? So tighten 3 and 9 o'clock. Hinge into the back space. And back up to center. We're going to rotate to the right. Front saw, normal. Chop off your pinky toe. Now, we're going to go into the back space in neutral spine. Hinge. And back up. One more time. So, twist to the left foot. Saw off the pinky toe. Reach back up. Hold neutral spine and hinge into the back space. Adjust. If you have buttocks, you have to adjust. Up. This is the last one, and we're going to run out of time. So, saw off the toe a little faster. Up. And neutral spine, back space. Back up. Relax. Round your back. There's a lot more to do. You can connect different videos, and I